So welcome back to Worldwide Entertainment Television. I'm super excited to be sitting with this guy. I've literally wanted to interview this guy since I started doing interviews. Bishop Brigante, what the heck is going on,
How are you?
sir?
Thank you for having me.
I'm great. So let's talk about, we're going to talk about legacy, but we're also going to talk about why we're even here at Legacy. So let's talk about your legacy.
Absolutely.
So one of the dopest, livest moments that I remember Bishop's career is Bishop being on 106 in Park. There used to be this really dope Freestyle Friday segment that he ended up ruling. So tell us more about that. Like, how did that come about?
So I had a long-standing history in battle rap, and it got kind of silly because I feel like I reached the plateau. I won every competition that they had in the city, whether I be across Canada, anywhere I was at, any street battle I was in, and I needed something else. I needed something to, push over the edge because it wasn't enough at that point. At home, I was just killing everybody. So every Friday, I'd be watching this BET stuff, and I'd be seeing these MCs come out there freestyle doing their thing, and I just said one day, actually, I talked about it with my mom. I was like, yo, I gotta make this move.
Yeah.
So I had an opportunity because a writer was working with me on this book that he was doing, and so he brought me out to New York. So I took advantage of that moment of being out there to figure out the steps of getting onto the show. And luckily, with one of my best friends in the whole world, Swave Seva, we came up with a plan and we executed it. And the rest was history.
Dope. So what was your run again? Tell me.
It was three. Two of them was aired. One of them I got disqualified because they said I swore. I didn't swear. I've never been able to get real playback. When the one they aired bleeped out that area, but it doesn't even matter because what happened at that point. Whatever happened at that point when I came home. I came home and I still had more. I still got more publicity off that than most people that went to the end and into the Hall of Fame. So I was cool with it.
Yeah.
First time a Canadian ever been on the show.
It felt great seeing you on there still. I remember feeling proud of stuff like that. Yeah, it was such a good look. It was a really super good look. Let's talk about the battle scene though in Toronto. What was that like earlier on?
Earlier on,
who was putting on battles and stuff like that? Where were they even happening?
Man, you know what? Actually, a homie of mine named Josh, he threw a couple. He owns Dirty Bird. Okay. He's one of the owners, and he used to throw battles. It was very scarce. It was very, whatever events happened were, it was never something that was consistently happening from one company. So somebody would throw something here, somebody would throw something there, and you just had to figure it out and be a part of it. And I managed to be a part of all of them, and I was sort of like the last character in a fighting video game. Yeah. You had to make it to me to win. That's not even me being cocky. I was kicking butt. Yeah. I don't know what is going on if I could say certain things, but I was kicking butt, and you had to get to me to win a competition, and unfortunately nobody could.
It just jumped to my head too. C. Camlin.
Oh, that's home to me.
You remember calling in on Saturdays and stuff like that? That was the livest.
It's so funny. It's so funny. I was talking with my sister the other day, and we were talking about the first time I ever called in CKLM. I was actually with, and my nephews are grown now. They're grown men. And shout out to Game, shout out to Gunna. We were actually taking them. I was in my sister's MPV van. Yeah. Taking them up to Markham Fairgrounds to go to a Barney festival.
Hilarious.
And Michigan X had both said, yo, today's your day, whatever, you gotta call in on the radio. I didn't have a cell phone, so I pulled over on some dirt road gas station. Crazy. And it was there was a phone booth there. I popped in a bunch of change in there, called up the radio station and whooped butt.
No, that's too loud.
That was my first time. She had to turn the music up in the MPV, so I could hear it. Yeah. The kids were in the car. So I killed it. Yeah. It was so lit, and then as soon as I hung up, it was back to real life. We just went to the Barney Festival, but the Barney Fair or whatever. The kids met Barney, and then we came back. But after that was silly because I completely dominated that radio station the whole time. Yeah. Never lost a battle on there. So it was good. It was good. It's hard to It's hard to say it without sounding like.
No, that's okay. No, you've been epic. You've been epic. Another epic battle, Jin. That was another one that got crazy. Yeah, I know it wasn't. I just mean like in terms of you versus Jin was another like moment. You know what I mean? That we like all kind of showed up for.
Yeah.
So talk about that. How did that end? I know Jin is like doing huge things. Well, I knew a while back he was doing huge things overseas.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's probably doing all right now. Man, that all came down to.
How did it begin?
It began because he did his run on 106 and Park. I hadn't done it yet. He did the first time I battled him. We knew about him in the hood because we watched BET and he did his run. Yeah. So he came to Toronto and he was in, and there was a call out. He actually went on the radio on the air and he said, I believe it was at Flow, and he said, "I'm here for the kings of the city. I want to battle tonight, so make sure the best of the best come out." So we was like, yo, he's talking about me. If you say that, you're talking about me. So we jumped in the whip. We went down to the club early because we figured there would be a sign up or something like that to get involved or whatever. And then I got there and the promoter was like, "Nah, he ain't battling you." And we was like, "Why?" And he was like, he's just trying to have an easy night. He's just trying to be cool. You know what I mean? We don't want this to be like a bloodbath of battle type thing, because they know I
it can be career ending. The wrong battle can actually like mess things up at the wrong time. Yeah,
he's like, sure. He's like on his Rough Rider thing. You know what I mean? And so I still got dressed up proper. You know, I had the exclusive Rockaware joints. You know what I mean? Rockaware jacket.
Come on. Actually, I think I might remember some of the footage from that.
Green. Yeah, it was lit. And shout out to Damon for that. And Green Hill, everybody at Lounge. And then, so we went to the event still.
Yeah.
And it was marketed a certain way, like obviously to a certain community. There was a lot of Asian people there, which is cool. You know what I mean? It was like it was that kind of environment, and a lot of people were excited in the Asian community to have a battle rapper like that
for sure.
to pop up, right? So he started battling a bunch of people, like I think like 5 people. He was just killing them all.
Yeah.
And I don't normally drink before I battle or anything like that. I don't even eat food before I battle. That's a weird ritual that I have. And so we was there chilling, we were drinking and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden, the whole crowd started chanting, "Bishop, Bishop, Bishop," and I was bugged out because I was like, man, this is cool, but like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just here chilling. Right? I thought I was told that, and then he said the wrong thing. He was like, "Who the F is Bishop?" And then that was it. I jumped up on that stage and said, "So you say my name, dog? Well, let's get it popping." Yeah. So we got it popping. That was the first time we got it popping. The second time, this is a long story, but I'll try to. The second time, so I felt that I kicked his butt. They didn't want to make it judged at the first one, right? They didn't want to make it judged. They just kind of like let it be like, okay, that was cool, whatever, right? But I kicked his butt. Then the second time, he was at this club called Karma in the West End by the airport. Okay. Now his album has dropped now. I had been on 106 in Park now, so like my popularity was.
Yeah, so now it's
I caught up.
Yeah.
I had released a music video. I dropped my first music video. Yeah. I'm bubbling the city. I'm bubbling the country. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've already been, I've been doing the whole circuit in New York and stuff like that. So we're on a little bit even playing grounds. I went to the club by myself. I just wanted to go see the show. Yeah. So I pulled up in there, whatever. I knew the owner of the club. I went inside or whatever. I was chilling. I went in the VIP section. He was there. Little scuffle happened with his his entourage or whatever.
Really?
They try to step to me on whatever stuff. Bunch of young kids jumped in on him, and there's a longer story. There's a longer story online.
Trying to be surreal, actually. By the way, like,
you know what I mean? But like, you know what I mean? Like they were really upset because I feel like it didn't work out for them the way they wanted it to the first time. Yeah. So, and every time he had done shows in like the West Coast or anywhere in Canada, people would be like, "Yo, I heard Bishop Budden."
Try.
You know what I mean? Or like, "Well, what's up? Would you battle Bishop?" And stuff like that. Yeah. So he was getting to him because the fans were getting at him about it. And so I was like, so then Jin came between us and he was like, and I'm like, "Man, you better call your dogs out there. These guys are doing a lot of barking." And he was like, "Yo, did you just come in for the show or did you come here to battle?" I'm like, "Man, I came here for the show. Yeah. I ain't coming to battle you. I came for the show." Yeah. And now, let me set the scene for y'all, okay? So y'all paying attention right now. The scene is, this is a real Toronto crowd.
Okay, and this is the thing that I want to kind of say.
Yeah.
Do we even get that anymore? Because everything you're describing, I remember, but I haven't felt in a while.
I'll tell you why after, but this scene is like, the place is, it's a very big place.
Yeah.
It has 2 rooms. It was packed beyond packed to the point that people were hanging out the stairs, you know what I mean? The VIP was packed. Everything was crazy. So he's performing, but it's a very mixed, multicultural Toronto crowd.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, all Asian. It's not all white kids. It's not all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's Toronto.
Yeah.
It's a very multicultural crowd. Now he's rocking his set, and you know, I'm just keeping it 100. The crowd wasn't rocking with it like that. You know what I mean? And I feel like he caught the play, and he took a moment, and all of a sudden he was like, stop the music, and the music stopped, and he was like, yo, every time I come to Canada, I hear the same thing. Everybody keeps saying, oh, you battle Bishop, or did you, what? Give it up for your man Bishop up there in the VIP, and they put a strobe light on me.
Hilarious.
I was like, I'm standing there, I got a drink in my hand, I'm like, what's up to the crowd? The crowd's like, yeah, the crowd's hype though, they're showing up, right? And he said, and he's slick, right? It's cool. He said, Bishop just told me upstairs that he's the best thing that ever happened to Canada.
No way.
I never said that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even talk like that. And the crowd immediately turned on me, and they were just like, boo, because you know, capabilities. Back in the day, I had to bring this somewhere and meet you. You see how we booked this? We set this up. It was, I didn't even have to know you. I wouldn't have to know you. I could just be like, I saw what you did with the interview, and I could get a hold of you. We could organize it, and I can come here, and you could get my music online. You can get everything. I could make a song before I brush my teeth in the morning, and I could put it out on SoundCloud before I have a shower, and I could put it out on my Instagram and all that stuff before I even leave my house to do anything. So essentially, I don't have to do anything. I could just do it from home, and it gets out there. There's no legwork in the game anymore, which means when there's no legwork in the game, which means nobody puts on events like they used to do. Like we used to have Beat Junkie. You have to go to Beat Junkie and get on the mic or get to an open mic and kick ass so that somebody could get your rep, so your rep could get, you can get it up.
Now people think rep is just like enough retweets or whatever.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The legwork is gone in music in our scene.
How do we get the essence back? It's needed. So how do we get this?
Well, I mean, I like to think that because I told the young boys on my block, and I told a couple other young boys, said, don't make me come back, because I was chilling. I was chilling out doing my King of the Dot thing, doing auditions and TV shows and just, raising my son. And, shout out Carlito, because he made me do this. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I told them, I said, y'all got great music. What are you doing? Get out there and meet people and whatever, and get the legwork popping. And they was like, yeah, we're gonna do it, yeah. And then I was like, well, yo, if you don't, cause I left something for the block, you know what I mean? And they, shout out Rhea Breck, shout out Bugs Corleone, shout out Estad. These guys are the new guys from my neighborhood that are killing it. Yeah. Now, not only do I tell them, but I tell everybody. I say, yo, don't make me come back, cause if I come back to music and start really, doing it, you're going to find out you have to invest in yourself. You have to get a good team. You have to have the right publicist. You have to have the right, like my team at Vocab Communication. No, for real. Like they are worth every dollar that, that it costs. And I have to pay for my CDs. I have to pay for, all the stuff. And I'm out there, and I'm not just doing it the way that they do it now. I have to meet everybody. I have to go places. I have to go to these interviews, and I have to do the legwork, because that's the real way to be successful. And you'll feel it you'll feel those accolades pile up as you go along. If you just sit at home and just hope for it, lightning doesn't strike always in the same place twice. So what may have worked for somebody else, don't just count out hard work. You got to be busy, and here I am. I'm back. I'm in full effect. I'm doing I've already, since this album dropped, I've done like 30 interviews. I've been to all these radio shows, and I'm kicking ass, and I'm winning again. And this is this is material that's been out for years, and I'm kicking ass with this. Like, y'all got
What's important?
Yeah, but okay.
It's a good compilation.
But I'm saying like
Yeah.
these guys that are that are constantly making records now, like it's like come on, get out there
Yeah.
and don't just conform to what the internet. Put some work in there.
Yeah.
Because I love all the music that I'm hearing, but I got to see the work in order for everybody to appreciate it. Because if you don't got no struggle in this music business, you're not gonna appreciate the finer things when you get there. You just won't. You won't. It's impossible. Without struggle, there's no reward.
Let's end it right there. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Flippin' epic,
I appreciate you.
right?
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Just ask the Tupac question.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you,
'Cause it'll be
of
good
course, you're a
promo
fan
for
of
it.
Tupac. Are you going to be checking out the biopic? Yeah.
Ask me again, sorry.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on Tupac?
What are your thoughts on Tupac? What,
Because we work with Legacy Garden actually. That's why I want to tie this thing.
Legacy
Legacy.
Garden.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who's
Legacy.
Garden?
It's the Tupac Center, but it's the garden that had the old statue. They're putting in a new Tupac statue in
The
there.
terrible statue?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
They redid it.
they're getting a new one in September.
Duh.
Good. Where's that?
Atlanta.
Nice. Okay.
Duh.
So go ahead.
Okay, so what are your thoughts about Tupac? Well, we don't want to talk about the statue, just in general. How do you
Yeah,
feel
just in
about Tupac
general,
as an artist?
I think Tupac was. Well, I don't just consider him to be just an artist. I feel like he was a great speaker. I think he was very motivational. He was a missionary almost. You know what I mean? He didn't want. But it kills me because so much people just kind of like associate him to being like a gangster rapper,
Yeah.
gangster thug life. Like a lot of people don't even know that thug life meant the hate you give little infants fucks everyone. Pac was such a poet. Pac was such was such a caring person that exuded. He exuded that through his music.
Yeah.
You could really feel
Yeah.
everything that he said and the passion that he put behind his music. And it's just unfortunate that the world dealt him the hand that they did, and the media was able to. I hold media heavily accountable for what happened with him and Big because. It was a situation that was blown out of proportion, and certain street shit like that shouldn't even have been given the limelight it did because it forced a few hands, and those hands that were forced took away two great legends, and I think Pac was incredible.
Dope.
Yeah.
Movie?
Oh, I can't wait.
Right?
I can't wait. I can't wait. A lot of people think that I got the name Bishop from the Pac movie, but I'm not mad at that too. Like that's cool. Because I felt that was an incredible performance by Pac. You know what I mean? He really, you could see like a certain kind of peace, but also like dangerous thing in his eye in that movie. If you really pay attention to the dead stares that he gave in that movie, that's not easy to do. To look like you're shallow and you're cold and you're killing your best friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For him to conquer that as his first like major,
Tremendous.
crack at the acting biz. Hats off to him. Incredible.
Cool. Bishop, you've been perfect. No, literally, just perfect. Just content.
All the questions I had
writing
and
like
yeah.
this.
Just laid
Cool,
out all
that's
the-
it.
Thank you so
Cut.
much.
Oh my gosh. Okay, my phone died. Do we have